last week at Black Montreal.
Honored that you reach out. Thank you so much to have more Black women in Montreal.
Yeah.
Awakening to this knowledge is definitely a blessing. My name is Gitana, aka Queen Zaya, or they call me the Nunu Specialist.
My next question is gonna be, what is the first step towards healing?
Is recognizing that you're sick.
Yeah. And the second one?
Is do the work.
Yeah.
Do the work. Once you recognize that you're sick, is you have to go inside and face your demon. Demons are not outside. Outside are reflection. If you keep having toxic relationship, if you keep having non-lasting relationship, if you have issues having girlfriends around, if you keep attracting toxic men, what it is about you that is not healed. Take responsibility for the actions that you take.
Yeah. My next question is because I'm trying to think about the sisters who's watching,
okay,
and I really want this video to be inspiring. So, as a womb priestess, what do you think the young Black woman need?
Wow, the young Black woman need the Black woman. The woman's period, the more I'm looking at it.
Yeah, because I bet we have the same issue from young
We have the same issues. We have, and it's repeating different stories, different face, different monsters, but same stories. Yes. The more I'm working with women, I'm acknowledging the fact that it all starts from the young age. Most of the disease starts when you were very young. There's a certain way that the mind will protect. We got to remember the mind is masculine, so the mind is here to protect. Once you have one trauma, the body will keep on repeating it. In a sense where, for instance, I didn't have my biological mother when I was a child. Therefore, but I was fortunate and blessed enough to have a wonderful mother. So my relationship were more in a sense where I would nourish the men. Because my father wasn't I was the daddy's girl, yes, but I was also very beaten. So all my relationship turned out to be for me to be the provider. In a sense where for my father, he had to bring the money. Where I would see my mom wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, cook breakfast, make lunch for him, iron his clothes, and do all the stuff that a woman should do for her man. So I would get into the relationship where I would cook for the man, I will clean, I will make sure that he has everything, but I never felt value. My father's the type of man that he forgets our birthday. So for me, it wasn't important for me to receive anything as long as I did. But it never was measured. So where is my value into this? So in the middle of the relationship, I would get upset because it's not natural. You cannot give and never receive. We human beings, your cup must be full. If my cup is not full, I empty it. I need to fulfill it.
Yeah.
And this is where women, we need to really stop doing that. It's like right now, another trendy word, self-care. You should have been self-care. You should have been taking care of yourself. Why do you need to be reminded that you are valued and you are worth? If I keep reminding you that you need self-care, it's because you don't remind yourself. So that's why right now it's a good trend, because now people are taking care more about, I'm taking care of myself, because you need to fill up that cup. If you keep emptying it and you don't fill it up for your own self, somebody else can go give it to you. So what would I say to the young girl? Put yourself first. Stop forgetting what you came on this planet to do. Stop forgetting that love comes from you. If you don't love yourself, you cannot teach someone else to love you. If you don't take care of you and show how you are precious and how you want to be treated, then love is not found in the videos. And I think that's what social media and the BETs and the videos showed it to us. We all wanted to be that bomb bitch, that ride or die chick. But to be a ride or die chick, what the sacrifice she had to do? Was she the only woman? If you notice it, in white videos, it's always about love. Even if it's a broken story, there's always this love aspect. As far as us Black women, we were more showing off our body or skin, or we were bombshells or stuff like that. So society made sure, that we devalued ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's why the Queen movement came so important. That's why you had a clique. You either had the ratchet clique or you had the goddess clique. Where do you stand?
Yeah.
You could be ratchet and be a goddess. You could be a goddess and be ratchet.
How?
Really? I could show you wonderful, wonderful sisters that are hood. That a man can come next to them if they're not correct.
But
I could be super
how
ghetto.
But what do you mean hood?
When I mean hood, I'm hood. I'm very hood. You see how I'm speaking with power? I'm like, yo, this is what it is.
Even the voice.
Yeah, even my voice.
Yeah.
Because I empowered. I understand that being hood, you could also have a stand. You could also know what and affirm what you're talking about. But I'm very godly. I won't cuss. I don't need to cuss. I don't need to scream. I don't need to be bad. I need you to understand what I'm saying and I'm done.
Bless. Bless.
Because if you don't, and that's what for me it is to be a goddess. That's what a queen should be able to do. It's to be able to stand for what you believe. Talk so people can understand. It's to be able to rule from your crown and know that you don't disturb or disrespect nobody. It's to uplift and empower the people.
Yes.
So some people would take that as ratchet. Why? Because ratchets are making noise and you're not saying anything serious. That's why people don't take you seriously. And that's why, unfortunately, our men, a lot of men can't handle us. Because if you stand in your crown and if you take your power, you will understand your value. And men are afraid of women like that. So it's easier to go get little hood rats, little women that can't stand for themselves and stuff like that. Alright? Unfortunately, they go towards the white women.
That's some serious talk.
But that's where the pain comes from. Because we don't stand for what we believe. And when you want to finally stand, you do it from a place of broken heart, from a place of demanding, from a place of crying, from a place of longing, from a place of begging. And that's where the hurt and the disease come from. Because at the end of the day, you become bitter. We make and we bring forth children that don't have their fathers. And you want that little man to become your husband or become the father that you never had. And now that little boy is the man to be strong. So no, they want to be women. So they get more in touch with their feminine sides. And now we don't wonder why the gay aspect is happening so much in our community. Because we hurt.
So...
Oh, this was deep. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what no, but this is. I have to think about my question, but at the same time, I'm just
absorbing.
I'm
so sorry.
I'm reflecting on my life. You know, I'm reflecting. No, but it's true. I'm reflecting on my life. I'm thinking like, whoa. How do you know that you're ready to be in a relationship? Because I feel like a lot of us women, like, like when we're young, we want to have a boyfriend, we want to, you know, have somebody else, but. I don't think like we are really.
But there's three phases. There's the three phases. The first phase is, of course, you have that puppy love. You get to know what it is to be in a relationship. You know, we all have to go through this Walt Disney kind of love. I remember listening to Walt Disney when my son was born with him, and I remember Minnie Mouse says, "When I would fall in love, I would have butterflies and I would feel such way." And so it was programmed into our head that you must feel butterfly. Now when I think about it, every time I had butterfly, it was the worst relationship of my life. It was the worst. Every time I see it as a red light. Honey, run, butterfly, run away, go left, just leave the relationship, right?
You think so?
I so think so.
I'm not sure.
I'm so think so. You know why?
Why?
Think about it. Every time you had butterfly in your relationship, where are these men right now?
No, but hold on, it's hard for me to
answer the question. Answer the question.
When read butterfly, it can also mean like it's also, you know, sexual attraction.
Also,
you know, it can be only like when you feel that, now you think like this is it.
This is it.
It's love. But while it can only be sexual attraction, like there's also so much more
exactly
to evaluate before you think it's the one.
And that's why I say when you had these feelings for me, it was never true later on in life. Because then the second stage you have is you end up having the real broken heart. And when you think about womb, you think about vagina, you think about uterus, but you don't think about the essence.
The sacred,
the roots, the creation. That's the womb.
Okay.
Where the emotions are stored.
They create sperm.
Voila. Damn.
We got it. That was my last question. That was it.
I hope you guys have smart.
Oh yes, I learn. You teach. You always give me some good vibes.
Oh baby, you guys are making me shy.